Hello everyone, and welcome to the Do-It-Yourself Gourmet. Today, we're making a Kobucha mashed potato alternative. And it's done with this thing, Kobucha squash, kind of looks like a gourd. We're going to put in 2 cups of that. It's been chopped into rough dice, about 3/4 to 1 inch. And we've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil that's been heated up to right around 375 in the pan. We're going to give this 3 minutes as the first side sits down there in the pan and gets a nice sear on it. And once it's done getting a sear on that side, we're going to shake it around. That way it's evenly coated. And in doing so, we're going to give it a chance to start cooking all around everywhere else. Now after that, we're going to toss a bit of salt on it. The first time around, we're going to put a 1/4 tablespoon of salt. We'll put a little bit more later once it's done, but that's a little more to taste so that it has a base to work from once it's already in there. After you put the salt in, you're going to add about a tablespoon, maybe a half if you like it light, of garlic powder. And the garlic powder is put in early. That way it cooks into the flavor and into the actual meat part of the vegetable as well. Put a lid on that, turn it down, add a 1/4 cup of your favorite stock or water if you prefer. It can be vegetable, chicken, or whichever. Chicken seems to work the best if it's not vegetable. Those are 2 great alternatives. Cook that for about another 10 minutes on low. And after about 5 minutes, you're going to add in the fresh garlic. I put in a tablespoon, and it gets that nice sharp flavor at the top, while the garlic powder gives it the base flavor so that you get a double effect on the garlic. And it works really well in almost any kind of mash or puree. You'll know it's done by using a toothpick. If it comes out clean when you poke it in, then the vegetable has been cooked all the way through, and it will be soft when it comes time to puree or mash the vegetable. In this manner, when you transfer it into the mixing dish in the end, then you'll add a few more seasonings, some of which isn't exactly appropriate to put when the heat is high on the fire. You'll add a little bit of butter or vegetable shortening if you prefer, or vegan butter alternatives. Then you add a little bit of milk or cream, or I use oat milk, and that's a 1/4 cup, sometimes a 1/3 if you prefer it a little creamier. I use a pastry knife so that instead of mashing it and turning it all into a very smooth puree, I have a little bit of chunk that's left in there so that when you eat it, it has a little bit of al dente to it. It's not just a whole bunch of smooth puree. Smooth puree is great, but this leaves a little bit of chunk inside of there. And so here we have it in the end. Do-it-yourself gourmet, folks. Kobucha mashed potato alternative. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.